Hey, good morning. It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia, here in Bangkok this morning. Beautiful Sunday morning here, having my coffee, and we'll get things started here in just a little bit, waiting for people to show up. And hope you're doing well this morning. I'm um, I'm a happy camper because my Huskers won, so I'm super excited about that. That was a heart wrenching game, though. Man, I can't handle these heart attack games. Hey, Gio. Good morning. Thanks for coming on board this morning. Um, we're going to have fun this morning. We're going to rank the cities in Southeast Asia that I've either lived in or visited, and we'll tier rank them. So we'll go over that in just a little bit, but it'll be fun. Um, I hope you enjoy it. It's my personal opinion, so yours may differ from mine if you've been to some of these places. But it's all in jest, so don't take it too personal. If I offend you, if it's a city you like, and I don't, then don't get too offended. Philippines last place. Well, I'm not doing countries; I'm doing cities. So, but I will tell you, there are a couple of cities in the Philippines that will be lower on the list. Steve says my prediction uh, is that Smallville, Cambodia. Oh, Chinookville, I think it's called, right? If you have been there, will be your worst, or Metro Manila. Best Bangkok, Seoul, Korea, if you've been. So I have not been to that. I think it's pronounced Chinookville or something like that. I know what you're talking about. It used to be a really nice beach city, but now it's overrun by casinos and illegal operations from the Chinese, I think, and so it's not a nice place anymore, from what I understand. I've never been there though, but I've heard from other people, and I've never been to South Korea, so I don't know anything about Seoul. So those two won't be on my list, but there's like 16 um, cities and towns that are on my list. So we will go through all those in just a little bit. So Dave in Florida. Hi, JJ. Good morning. Good morning, Dave. Thanks for coming on board this morning. Jack Tripper says Dodgers up 3-1. Okay, so is this game two? It's game two, right? So they lost the first one to Toronto. And how's the Japanese dude doing? I mean, I watched game four of the NLCS, and he pitched, and I think he had like 9 strikeouts, and then he hit like 3 home runs. So, I mean, the guy's amazing. So, bottom of the seventh. Okay. Yeah, and it's college football too today. So, my Huskers beat Northwestern. Northwestern's surprisingly good this year. They're 5-3 now. They were 5-2 coming in, just like Nebraska. And it was a tough game. Nebraska ends up winning by 7. Um, so yeah, but a lot of good college games. So I don't know if you guys are college football fans or not, but I certainly am. I will watch college football over the NFL or any other sport for that matter. That's my favorite sport. Let's see. Yeah, UCLA got hammered by Indiana. Yeah, so UCLA was a pretender. After they made that coaching change and they started beating teams, everybody thought, "Oh, wow, this team's awesome," and then they went into Indiana and they got smoked by 50 points. 56-6, I think, was the final. So Indiana's for real. That team, that coach, that Kurt Signetti, Mr. Google me. um, there's something else. And they went into Oregon a few weeks back and beat Oregon, who was ranked in the top 3 at the time. And I don't see them. I'm not sure what their schedule's like. I don't think they may have to play Ohio State. I'm not sure if they play them. If they don't play them regular season, it'll be those 2 teams in the Big Ten championship for sure. So, um, Big Al in the Philippines. Happy Sunday, everyone, from Kalinga, Luzon. Hey, Al, thanks for coming on board this morning. Michigan, my team, ahead of Michigan State third quarter, 17-7. Yeah, Michigan just keeps plugging away. I mean, they're winning ugly, kind of like Iowa always does, and they're they'll be 6-2 after this. Michigan State, they're having problems. So yeah, it's going to be the cream of the crop, and the Big Ten is going to rise. I mean, you're going to have, Ohio State and Indiana at the top. Oregon will still be right up there. Then you're going to have that next tier that will be Michigan, Illinois, hopefully Nebraska, Iowa. Iowa just kicked Minnesota's ass today, so Minnesota's out of the picture. But you've got a bunch of 2-loss teams that if one of them gets to that, to the end of the season 10-2, they're going to be in the playoffs. So you'll get 4 teams in the playoffs in the Big Ten. So, Sihanoukville. I think it's pronounced Chinook or something like that. Yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway, we visited before. It was destroyed by the Chinese mafia. Yeah, that's too bad. But yeah, I heard that too. Hey, do you live and die by how close your condo is to the BTS? Saw a nice condo, but it was 1.5 kilometers away from the BTS. You kind of do. You can find some really good deals farther away from the BTS or the MRT, but you're gonna unless you're in an area where you don't need to leave that area. Say you've got a mall or grocery store, lots of restaurants, hospital, 7-Elevens, pharmacies. If you got all that in your little bubble neighborhood, then you might be able to get by. But to get anywhere in Bangkok, you need to be close to a BTS. Now, you can take transportation to get to a BTS. You can get on a bike. It'll probably cost you 20 or 30 baht to take a bike to the BTS. But if you're relying on that every day, that's one way. And then you got your transportation costs on the BTS or the MRT. Grabs are going to be more expensive. So if the weather's bad and you can't ride on the back of a bike, then you're going to have that issue. The place I'm at, I'm moving to a week from tomorrow, or a week from Tuesday, I'll be moving, November 4th. And the place I'm at is about an 8-9 minute walk to the Prompong BTS, which isn't bad. I can walk that if the weather's nice, if it's not raining or whatever. But they've got shuttles at that condo that leave every half hour and you come back every half hour. That'll take you to the BTS. So that's another thing I would look for. Now, 1.5 kilometers that's kind of a long way to get to a BTS. Did you check to see if there's MRTs nearby, which is the subway? I would check into that too, but you're probably going to get a pretty good deal if you're that far away. I think being near the BTS is top priority for me personally. Yeah, for most, I agree. And being 8 or 9 minutes away where I'm going to move, that's about as far as I would want to be. I found a couple of really nice condos when I was looking, but they were just too far away. One of them was a 38-minute walk. So I would have to take a trike or a bike or own a bike to get to the BTS. And the other one was about 15 minutes, which is that's a little over the limit, because that's a little bit of a walk, especially if it's hot out and if it's raining. So yeah, being close to the BTS is huge. Where's the more beautiful women in Bangkok or Pattaya? I would say Bangkok, just by volume, because it's such a big city. Pattaya is smaller, so you're not going to have as many. So you're just by numbers, just by sheer numbers, Bangkok's going to be better, and I think a better quality. Nothing against Pattaya women, but the majority of them are probably the freelance type. And if you're into that sort of thing, you're probably okay there. But I'm not necessarily into that, so I look for more quality, and that's why That's why I do that. That's why I do the Bangkok thing. When people are at church, JJ goes live. Now wait a minute. It's 9 p.m. Eastern time, Sunday night or Saturday night in the U.S. How many people are in church? And the majority of my followers are in the U.S. So um, I resemble that remark. How long will your shuttle take to get to the BTS? Is traffic an issue going BTS on a shuttle? No, no, it's not. I mean, now I'll be on Sukhumvit 24, which is a busy road, but when you're up, so basically, I'm going to be probably almost right in the center between Sukhumvit Road and Rama 4, which is the next major road in the other direction. So I'm kind of right in the middle there. So I could walk either way. Now there's no BTS on Rama 4 where I'm at, but there's a Lotus store, so I can go get groceries if I wanted to. But that's a little bit of a walk. I would have to get a Grab if I was going to get a lot of groceries, if I'm carrying a lot of groceries. So I'll go back the other direction because you've got M-Sphere and you've got Emporium and you've got groceries there, grocery stores in those malls. So if I'm on the shuttle, if I get caught in traffic, I can just hop out and go through Emporium Mall and just go up the escalator, go inside, go up the escalator one floor, and then I can just take that exit on the Sukhumvit side, and I'm right at the BTS. I'm right at the Prompong BTS. So really, it's not that big a deal, even if there is traffic. Can I get a nice condo for about 500 a month in your neighborhood? This neighborhood that I'm in now, or the one I'm going to? The one I'm in now, absolutely. You can get a really nice one for 500. I'm paying 370. I think it is about 370 with the exchange right now. It's about a 32 square meter, so it's smaller, but it's nice and it's got nice amenities. Now, where I'm going to, I'll be paying 25,000 baht a month, which is about 750 bucks. So it's a little higher, but it's nice. So for 500, you can get something that's going to be smaller. You're probably looking at 28 to 32 square meters, right around there. But you could probably find something like that. You might be a little farther away from the BTS, but you can definitely find something. When I was looking, I found a couple of condos. Now there are places like let me see what the exchange rate is. Hold on just a second. So you can find places along Sukhumvit that are nice for about 18 or 19,000 baht, which is around $550 to $580 a month. So you can get close to that price range. Now you're going to save money if you're living in the US or living in the West or even living in the Philippines. You'll save money. You'll save a lot of money on an electric bill. The electric bill is a lot cheaper here than it is even in the Philippines. My average bill in the Philippines was about 4,000 baht or 4,000 pesos, which is about at that time was about $80. So I would pay anywhere from about 75 to $100 a month on electricity in the Philippines. My last bill here for the full month was 1,250 baht, and that's $38. That was my biggest bill I've ever paid for 1 month here in my condo. So you're going to save a lot of money on that. And then a lot of these condos have free Wi-Fi. Like I have free Wi-Fi here, and it's like 300 or 400 megabytes per second. So you can save money on certain things. You just have to kind of look around. But yeah, 500 is doable. You just have to kind of look. My new condo is also a 9-minute walk to the BTS, so it's not so bad. Yeah, yeah, Marty. Oh, by the way, congratulations on your new condo. That's awesome. Looks like it's going to be a huge, nice place. Of course, you got a girl, so you need a little bigger area, right? Geo, my condo is around 500 near the BTS. Yeah. So he's really close to the BTS, probably maybe not even a 5-minute walk, maybe a 3-minute walk to the BTS. So if you stand them in the head, they all look beautiful. Stand them in the head. I don't know what that means. Anut and Udom Suk station have some great places adjacent to the BTS, just far enough out of downtown. Yeah. When I was looking, I told my realtor, I said, I want something. I didn't want anything farther because I'm way south. I'm like right on the edge of Bangkok. I'm actually in Samut Prakan district, which is right next to Bangkok. So I'm off the Samrong BTS. But I didn't want, when I decided I wanted to move, I want to be closer to the Prompong area because that's, Prompong and Asok and Tonglo and those areas, because that's where all my friends are and that's where we always hang out. So I thought, well, I just might as well move there. So I told my realtor, I said something between Anut, which is as far south as I want to get, up to Siam, which is as far north as I want to get. Because if you go any farther either direction, it's a bit of a travel to get to that central area. So the Anut Udom Suk to me is a little too far south, but yeah, you can find some really good deals there. So you're absolutely right, Steve. To save money on rent. Yeah, exactly. Do you plan on flying to a different country when the bad smog burning stuff rolls in? No, probably not. That's going to happen in January, February, maybe a little into March. I'll go south. I'll go like to Hua Hin. I want to go back to Hua Hin and maybe Pattaya. I wanted to go to Phuket and Koh Samui and Phi Phi and Krabi. So I want to check those places out that I haven't been to. So I'll do that on my long weekends because I'll have school still. I'll be in school 4 days a week, so I only get 3 days off. Saturday, Sunday, Mondays off. So it'll be 3-day weekends. If the air is too bad here, I'll just kind of stay indoors as much as I can. Last year, it wasn't so bad. There was 1 week that it got really bad in January, and they actually made the trains free for everybody for that week to try to encourage people to take the train rather than drive, to kind of alleviate some of that smog, some of that pollution. That was really it. I never had any problems other than that week that I noticed that the air quality wasn't great. If you get up north, like Chiang Mai and in that area, yeah, you'll notice it. It gets really bad up there. I'd like something really close to the BTS malls and a nice park. Yeah, see, so where I'm going to be at, I go right out the backside of my condo, walk down that street about a block and a half, and I'm at Benchikiti Park. So I'm really close to the park there. I'm really close to the BTS, close to the malls. So that whole Sukhumvit 24, Sukhumvit 22, 26, those areas, you're going to be in great shape because if you're on Sukhumvit Road or really close to Sukhumvit Road, you've got Benjasiri Park, which is right there, right on Sukhumvit. And then if you are a little farther, let me think which direction, a little farther west, basically west, you're going, then you got Benjikiti Park. So yeah. Hey, Geo, is your Wi-Fi included? Wi-Fi is not included, but it's only $15 a month. Yeah. So when I move, I'll have to get Wi-Fi. I don't have free Wi-Fi in my new place like I do here, but I'm going to get the high speed. I think it's like 500 megabytes per second up and down. So, and like Geo, it's only $15 a month. I stayed in Anut for a couple of months and thought it was very boring. There was not much nightlife at all. No, not a lot of nightlife, but boy, it's convenient because you've got that Lotus store with all the shops and the restaurants down underneath the Lotus grocery store. You've got street vendors outside there. So if you want street food, you've got all of that. On the other side of Sukhumvit, you've got the Big C store too. So you've got a lot of things as far as convenience, but not a lot as far as entertainment. So you're right. Yeah, but really, if you're on a Newt, it'll take you 10 minutes to get to Tonglo or Prompong, which is where the beginning of the entertainment area is. That's not bad at all, Geo. Yeah, you're right. Honestly, I have 80 gigabyte data package on my phone, which would be enough even for home. So not even sure if anyone really needs home Wi-Fi. Yeah, I use home Wi-Fi because I've got a my computer and everything. I don't use a laptop here. I've got a desktop studio setup. But yeah, Geo's right. You can use your data. I rarely use my Bangkok or my Thailand phone anyway. I just use my international data on my T-Mobile, because everywhere you go in uh, Bangkok, every place has free Wi-Fi. Even these little mom and pop Thai food restaurants that are like open air restaurants, they've all got free Wi-Fi. So you rarely need your data. How far are you away from the nearest adult entertainment area? So the nearest one to me would be Soy Cowboy, which is on, it's basically Sukhumvit 23. That's the start of it. And it goes back toward 21, I guess you could call it. It's not really called 21, but that's where Terminal 21 Mall is. So you've got that stretch. And that's about, from where I am now, it's about a 30-minute train ride. From where I will be, it'll be like a 5-minute train ride, not even 5 minutes. The next stop would be up north, would be in Nana or Sukhumvit 4. So that's where Nana Plaza is. You've got all those, the freelancers are on the street there. Anytime once you get past Asok and you're walking north up Sukhumvit Road, where the numbers are going lower. So you probably from 13, or I would say 15 on down to 4, you're going to run into the adult entertainment. You're going to run into a lot of freelancers. So the next, as you're coming from Soy Cowboy, the next stop would be Therme Cafe, which is at 15, or 15, which is underneath one of the hotels there, and it's a freelance area where you go in, you buy a drink, you walk around, you find the girl you like, you negotiate a price, and you're off to the races. And then the farther you go, 13, 11, 7 on this side of the street, and then across on 4 is where Nana Plaza is. So you've got all those choices. So if you're not familiar with how Sukhumvit Road is, the odd numbers are on one side and the even numbers are on the other. So, hey, good morning, Rick. Good morning from London, UK. All right. Soy Cowboy have many bars that are scammers. Nana's better. You just have to be careful. The biggest tip I would give you if you go to these places is to pay for your drinks each time. Don't run up a tab, because then they will add drinks to your tab. And if you don't notice it, even if you do notice it, it doesn't matter. You can't win the fight. So just pay as you go. And that's the best way to avoid scammers in bars. Good morning, JJ. Hey, did you ever make it over to Bourbon Street? Bourbon Street in Iloilo? I did. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about Bourbon Street in Memphis, Tennessee? Because I did go to Bourbon Street in Memphis. Is tap water safe to drink? No, I would not drink. Now, I use it to brush my teeth, rinse my mouth out. That's not a big deal, but it is potable. So it's not the water; it's the pipes and the containers that it's in that can have the bacteria, so you have to be careful. So just get the bottled water. I got big jugs, and I drink out of this too. Let's see. This is more of a Philippine question, but what would be the youngest girl that you would date? Personally, I probably wouldn't date anybody under 30. Now I have, and it just kind of one of those things that had happened. A friend of mine set me up with a girl, and she was nice and she was really cute and all this, but that's about as far as our everything went. We had nothing in common. And then I did date a girl, Filipina, and we were chatting online and doing FaceTime. And I thought she was older. And she decided out of the blue, she goes, "Well, I want to come see you sometime." I go, "Oh, yeah, okay, that'd be nice. Sometime we'll figure out." Because I was living in BGC in Metro Manila, and she was in Butuan, which is, I think is in Mindanao, I think. Anyway, um, out of the blue, she sends me this picture, and she's in an airport with her luggage. I'm on my way. It's like, oh crap. Okay. So met her at the airport, came back to my place. She stayed at my place for a while. Um, and her birthday was coming up. So we all went out for a birthday with some of my friends at Wild West, and got her a cake and all this stuff. And we're just kind of having a good time. And out of the blue, somebody asked her, "How old are you?" And she goes, kind of sheepishly, she goes, "Oh, I just turned 21." It's like, oh my God. So I was dating a 20-year-old for a while. So, but yeah, I have to be over 30. My wheelhouse or my prime age that I look for here in Bangkok is like 35 to 45. So Steve says, "Is it a bad idea to take a bar girl back to your condo? I always did with a hotel, but someone said don't bring them to where I live. If it's a bad idea, why?" Um, I would be cautious with freelancers because you don't know what their background is. You don't know where they're from or anything like that. Bar girls are a little better choice because the bar they work in. They have a mama son. Um, they work at that bar, so they're less likely to try to rob you or scam you. Whereas a freelancer on the street, you have no way to know what their background is because they don't work at a bar. So that's where I would be a little leery. And I'm just going by what have people told me I've heard. So nothing personal. Check the Google reviews for a bar called Deja Vu in Soy Cowboy. Horrific. Deja Vu. I was at a bar one time at Soy Cowboy, and they tried to charge us. Well, what happened was there was a group of us, small group of us guys, and we got girls over and we were buying them drinks. Well, the next thing I know, there's like four other girls and they're all drinking, and I didn't buy them those drinks and I didn't agree to it at all. And they tried to put it on my tab. So we got in a little bit of an argument, and we had to settle. We had to negotiate. So do you ever see any freelancers there that are that are 8 and 9s on the street? You mean like, ooh, she's at 8, she's a 9, she's a 10. Yeah, absolutely. There are some really nice looking freelancers. Um, Bourbon Street, Bangkok, and Ekamai. Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we went there last Sunday. We went and ate last Sunday. Um, Gio and Travis and we all went there and had lunch there. It was really, really good. So thanks for the tip on that. Um, we were talking about in one of your lives. Yeah, yeah. I asked Gio that day or the next day. I said, "Hey, you want to go check out some Cajun food?" And they go, "Yeah." So we went there. Yeah. Is there a wide gap between middle class and poor in Thailand? Not as wide as in the Philippines. Um, there's a larger there's a larger population of middle class in Thailand, from what I understand. Whereas in the Philippines, there really isn't much of a middle class. It's a very poor country. So I would say the gap is not that great here. Funny birthday story. Oh yeah, with the girl. Yeah. Are you a creature of habit, or do you continue to try new places? When I find a great place like Pala at the base of a soak station. Yeah, Paula's good. If you like Italian food, it's a good place to go. A little on the pricey side, but not bad. I do like that, but I like trying new places. I get the problem with me is I am a creature of habit, so I will do if I find a place I like, I'll just go back. That's my go-to spot. It's my comfort food or whatever comfort area. But if somebody, if they recommend a new place, I'll definitely check it out. My biggest thing is I don't want to be too far out of the way, whereas I have to travel, you know, 2 hours just to get there and 2 hours back. That's kind of the turn off for me. But if it's convenient, I definitely will check it out as long as it's not too pricey. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a Bangkok billionaire, so I keep going back. Yeah, Pala's a nice place. I like it. Hey, Edwin. Hi, JJ from Kansas City, Missouri. Happy y'all enjoyed it. Was Doug the owner there? No, I don't believe so. We didn't really ask. So, but yeah. How's the power walking going? I don't know if I would call it power walking. I try to get my 10,000 steps in a day. Some days are better than others, but I don't think you could call it power walking really. But I got a lot of grief for my last video where I'm walking at Benji Park, and a couple of guys, well, one guy in particular was, "Oh, you're walking the wrong way. You're walking against the grain, and I hate it when I'm running and people are in my way." Blah 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 blah. Well, obviously, he doesn't know that there is arrows that point the direction for you to run and walk, but you can walk. There's an arrow that goes the other way too. And if you actually just look it up in Benji Park, as far as walking around that lake, if you want to walk in a casual, leisurely manner, slow, in other words, you can walk the other direction. You can walk the other way around. And there's an arrow that shows that. So this guy was crazy. Anyway, he's just a troll. Let's see. G on the go. Is it possible to find Parmigiano Reggiano in Bangkok? I assume that's Italian food, Parmesan. I had Parmesan. I had chicken Parmesan yesterday for lunch. So, and it was pretty good. Let's see, where are we at here? I like to cook Italian food. You can go to the gourmet markets, or the high end grocery stores in M Sphere and M Quartier, and I think maybe they have one in Emporium, but I'm not sure. But they're high end, and you can find Western food there. So I would check there. That would be the first place I would look. But you're going to pay. You're going to pay for the import fees. I like your videos in Benji Park. Excellent background setting. Absolutely, yeah, it's beautiful there. I love that park. It's my favorite park. Hey, Steve. I have not seen it at Rick B. Oh, you're talking about the food. Yeah. Okay, so we're caught up with chat. Let me see one more here. I'm also looking for eggplant Parmigiano, but haven't seen it on any menu yet. Okay. So what I wanted to do is rank these cities. So let me hang on just a second. Let me share my screen here and show you how I've got this tier set up. and hopefully, if you're watching on a if you're watching on a phone, you might not be able to read these very well. But the tiers are for the best of the best cities I've ever either lived in or visited in Southeast Asia. I call that the next level. They're next level cities. They've got all the boxes checked. Then I've got bucket list cities. So cities that are really, really good. They don't quite check all those boxes, but they're really, really good and they're fun to go to. And I love visiting those cities. That's my bucket list. And then the next one, it would be take it or leave it. Take it or leave it is, it's like, it's okay. Um, it's not gonna, it's not gonna break my heart if I don't go back there. Would I recommend it? Maybe, but maybe not too. So that's kind of a take it or leave it. So that would be like an A, B, and C list. And then the next level down would be the wouldn't recommend. Just doesn't do anything for me, doesn't excite me personally. I mean, that doesn't mean that you wouldn't like it, but for me personally, uh, it's an okay place, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then the last one is my dumpster fire, or shitstorm, I guess you could call it. The dumpster fire list is the places that is like, oh my God, I will never go back there again unless I absolutely have to. So there's my list. And so I've got, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 16 cities on my list. And I don't know if you can see those or not. If you're watching on the TV, on your TV, you can probably see this list pretty well. I don't know how to make this bigger and get rid of these advertisings. I apologize for that. So this is the free version of this. This is pretty cool. It's called Tier Maker. If you want to check it out, it's pretty neat. So anyway, so here's my list of cities in basically three countries: Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines. So let's start right here with Hua Hin. Hua Hin is a smaller city. It's a beach city in Thailand. If you haven't been here, it's about 3 hours south of Bangkok by bus or car, and it's got a decent beach. You can ride horses. You got horse rentals there. It's a quieter, probably an older crowd that goes there, like a retirement crowd. So it's not that high energy like Pattaya would be on the other side of the bay. It's more of a laid back, but they do have adult entertainment areas too. They got a place called Wonderland. I think it's right on 94, Soy 94, I think it is. Don't quote me on that, but they've got a bar area there where you can bar find girls, and or just buy them drinks and sit there at the bar and play Foursquare, and they love that too. So, but yeah, so Hua Hin's got some nice things about it. So I would definitely let's see, I will put it on a I'll put it on a bucket list. If you haven't been there, check it out. You may not like it, but I like it and I'll go back there. So I'm going to put that as my bucket list. Um, let's see. Let's go to Cebu City in the Philippines. I've never lived in Cebu. Now, Geo lived there for a while, but I've never lived there. But I've visited there on a few occasions, and they got IT Park there, and they got another area there that's kind of an upgraded area, and then you've got Lapu-Lapu and Mactown, Newtown, which is kind of across the bridge there. So you've got some areas that are decent. The drawback with there is the traffic is horrendous because the city's gotten so big and the infrastructure has not kept up with it. So you've got a lot of really bad traffic issues. Outside of those little pockets like IT Park and that, it's really just kind of run down in my opinion. And you got a lot of beggars, and really there's not a lot of choices. personally, in my opinion. So I'm going to put Cebu as a would not recommend. Now, these are my opinions. So if yours differ, that's great. You can check that out. Um, how about Iloilo City in the Philippines? Let's talk about that. Iloilo City is basically a ferry ride from Bacolod across the way in the next island over. It's, I believe, one of the guys on my stream actually lives there right now. Um, let's see, like Philippines in full effect. I think you live there, right? I think you do. So anyway, I liked Iloilo. It was nice when I was there. I mean, you've got the river area, so you've got this little um, walk area along the river that's got a few restaurants. I like Smallville, um, which is a little outdoor area that's got restaurants and live stage for live entertainment. So it's okay. So I would say I would put it on the take it or leave it. It might be too small for your liking. I don't know, depending on your taste, but I would put it in the take it or leave it category. Um, it's like, yeah, I liked it when I was there, but do I want to go back? Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. So let's see what else we got here. What is that? I got to get my glasses on. I can't read what that says. Oh, okay. Ho Chi Minh City and Saigon. We'll do that one next. So we'll get to Vietnam now. Ho Chi Minh City or slash Saigon. That's the big city in Vietnam, and it's split up into several districts. It's got a great adult entertainment area, a walking street area that's just going to blow you away. It's mind boggling. It is sensory overload. Um, they've got everything there, so it's really neat. And then they've got great food. You know, the infrastructure. The getting around's a little harder because you don't have the train system like you do in Bangkok. You have to rely on Grab, and Grab's pretty easy to get there. So you can get around. It just take you a little longer probably. But I would put Ho Chi Minh City slash Saigon um, on a bucket list. I would definitely check that out um, if you haven't been there before. Definitely put that on your bucket list to check out. Let's see. How about Bacolod? Bacolod, I've been there a few times, and I put that right there with Iloilo City. It's a decent city. It's easy to get around because you've got the taxis and the Grab, so you've got the transportation. Um, the traffic's not quite as bad as say Cebu City is, but there's really not much there. It's a you don't have all the Western amenities. Now they do have a nice mall there and that, but really, it's kind of meh. So I'm going to put that in the take it or leave it category. So, yeah, you can go there. Don't overthink it. Don't get your expectations too high. So that's how I would put that. Um, let's see what else we got. Oh, Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo, Japan has everything. The only issue with Tokyo is that it's expensive to visit and stay there. Other than that, it's got fantastic food. It's clean. It's safe. It's easy to get around. It's got a great culture of modern and traditional Japanese style. So you can be walking in Midtown Tokyo and you have these modern skyscrapers, modern buildings, and you walk around the corner and there's a 200-year-old temple that's the oldest wooden temple in the world. And it's right there in Midtown Tokyo or in Tokyo. So I would definitely put Tokyo as next level. It is an amazing city. If you haven't been there, put it on your list to go there because you won't be disappointed. You might have to save a little money, but yeah, definitely put that on your list. Next, we'll go Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is the northern part of Thailand. The only problem with Chiang Mai is during the burning season, January, February into March, where uh, the air quality is really poor because they burn the rice fields. So that may be the biggest issue with Chiang Mai. So you might have to get out of the area during those times. Um, Other than that, I love the vibe of Chiang Mai. It's kind of, to me, it reminds me, at least the districts that I stayed in when I visited there was in the Niman area. And it really felt like a college town to me. It was kind of neat, neat vibe. You got lots of coffee shops, lots of neat restaurants and bars, and a couple of really nice malls there. So Chiang Mai to me is definitely on that bucket list. If you haven't been there yet, guys, I would definitely check that out. Check Chiang Mai out. Um, let's go with Manila, and we're talking Manila proper. It's I can't say anything good about Manila, to be honest with you guys. When you get out of the airport and you head into Manila, you are looking at a high levels of poverty, a lot of beggars, a lot of homeless people living right there on the streets. It's overwhelming, really, to be honest. Um, you got a lot of scammers. Uh, the infrastructure is not good. It's hard to get around. It's just not really, there's, for the biggest city and the capital city of the Philippines, I don't understand why they can't do something about it to make it more appealing. There's just nothing to me that makes it appealing. So I'm going to just stick that way at the bottom as a dumpster fire, Manila. Sorry about that if you live there. Let's see. How about Tagaytay? Tagaytay is in Cavite area, southern Luzon. It's well known for the higher altitude. It's got the Taal Lake and Taal volcano there. That would be the only drawback. I mean, it's beautiful. They've got a great Starbucks, probably the best Starbucks in the world, where you can go there, sit on the balcony, and you're overlooking Taal Lake and Taal volcano. So that's a fantastic view. You've got People's Park. Transportation's a little awkward, a little difficult to get around, just because it's so busy there. Not to the extent as Cebu is, but it still can be a little difficult to get around. But it's nice, if you want to get a little cooler temperatures and get in the mountains a little bit. Tagaytay's nice. I would put that right there in the take it or leave it. Because after the volcano and the lake and the Starbucks, there's not a lot to offer there. There's not much for malls or anything like that. How about Pattaya? Pattaya is the party city in Thailand. It's got a beautiful beach area. If you go a little farther south, you've got Jomtien beach area too. So you can kind of lump those two together. Jomtien's a little more laid back, not quite as adult oriented. Pattaya's got that huge walking street. Plus, they've got different areas like Beer Town and Tree Town and Soi 6, and you've got all these little areas where you've got these bars. So it's really adult oriented when you're right along the beach or just off the beach. So if that's your thing, Pattaya would be a good place to go. So I would definitely put it on your bucket list for places to go if that's what you want to do. I would check that out. Definitely. Probably not a family thing unless you're staying farther away from the beach area, maybe over by the golf courses and that. But yeah, if you're a single guy, check it out. Definitely. What about Singapore? Singapore, okay, I put that in. It's not a city, it's a country actually. But I've been there on a few occasions and I love Singapore. Singapore's so neat. Um, and it's very clean, very safe, but it's very, very expensive. I stayed when I go there. I stay in the Chinatown area, and it's a really neat area. And it's got great food and neat architecture, and it's just a really cool area. And then you can walk along the bay there, and you've got a lot of just neat vibe, neat scenery. You got some iconic buildings and structures. So Singapore definitely is next level. I would definitely put that in the next level list. Let me see. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe we'll do a little break here and catch up on chat. Let's see where we're at. Okay, I think here was where we left off. Edwin says our power outage is a big concern in Thailand, not in Bangkok. I've never deal. I've been here a year, and I'm not even in Bangkok, and I've never had a power outage. So I've had one time where the internet went out in the building, and it was only out for like 20 minutes. For so one time in a year, 20 minutes, I'll take that over all the brownouts that happen in the Philippines. So yeah, so no power outages. Now I can't tell you about the provinces, outside of the big cities in Thailand. I can't tell you that because I don't know. Let's see, Marty, Rick, there are specialty stores. You can find it. I guess he's talking about the Italian stuff. I had one power outage in Bangkok in 8 years, maybe 2 or 3 hours long, in the rural countryside. Yeah. Geo, you're going to have to cook the eggplant yourself or hire somebody to cook. Hire a Thai girl to do your cooking. That's the best choice. Rick MB, check out Nona Nella. Nona Nella. Thanks for the recommendations. I will check it out. Okay. I just found out that Hua Hin has a golf bar, Traveler's Rest, that is a sister bar to its Patia's golf bar. They even do a Ryder's Cup event, competing against each golf. Yeah, my friend told me about that. It's in Wonderland. So if you get at the entrance of Wonderland, you walk down to the end, and then you'll find this Traveler's Rest bar, and they'll actually book your tee times for you and take you to the golf course. So that's kind of a cool thing too. So yeah, I'm definitely, when I go to Hua Hin in the near future, I'm taking my clubs. I'm going to check that place out because it looks like a cool place. Yes, we're in Iloilo now. Been here since 2018. It's time to leave it. Joining you all in Bangkok in January. Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to meeting you. We're heading to Ho Chi Minh this Wednesday. Maybe my second favorite behind Bangkok. Ho Chi Minh is definitely a place to visit. I would definitely put that on your bucket list. Colors inverted. Oh, that's just the way it was set up. I don't know. That's okay. Red's, I'm go big red anyway, so red's my favorite. So, hey Dave, howdy JJ. Good morning. How about BGC? It's on my list. It's coming up. I just want to get caught up with chat before we move on. Let's see. I think you would have enjoyed your time in the Philippines if you lived in Cebu rather than Manila. Well, I would pick Cebu over Manila, but I don't like either one of them really. If you want my honest opinion, is there any part of Bangkok's history or culture that fascinates you? I just love the Buddhist culture. I think it's so neat. The temples. When you think about it, you think about, okay, so what's comparable to the Buddhist temples here in Thailand? What's comparable in the West? There really isn't anything. I mean, you've got in Christianity, you've got your churches, but there's only a handful of churches that are iconic. You've got St. Patrick's Cathedral. You've got in Europe, you've got a couple of, um, the Basilica, obviously, the Vatican City, things like that. Not a lot of iconic places, churches in the West, whereas here in Bangkok or here in Thailand, Buddhist temples are like they're beautiful, every one of them, and you're more than welcome to just go in, obviously be respectful to the culture and to the religion, go in and, see the temple and see the beauty of it. I don't know that you're able to do that so much in the US. It's like I couldn't go, like if I was in, I don't know, any city, pick a city in the US and there was a Catholic church, I probably just couldn't walk in and do a video or take pictures or whatever. Most churches are locked up during the week. So it's just a different culture there, and I just think it's neat. And then I'm learning things, about the why. This is called the why when you do your little bow and you're greeting somebody. There's three different positions, I guess. So if you're greeting just a peer, somebody that you see on the street, you greet them with your thumbs on your chin and like this, and then the finger goes up to the nose, and then the next one would be older, um, more prominent people, more respectful. Then you put the Y a little higher, and then if you're greeting a monk, the Y goes to your forehead. So I learned all that. So it's kind of cool. So that's what I like about the culture. It just fascinates me. What is the next city or province you want to check out? So I want to get back to Chiang Mai at some point. There's a couple of YouTubers up there I want to try to meet and collaborate with. I want to get back down to Hua Hin and do some golf. I'll go to Pattaya again, especially if I got a couple of friends in the Philippines that one of them hasn't been to Thailand before. They were going to come up a few months ago, but they had to cancel for some health reasons. So eventually they'll get up here, and I want to take him to Pattaya, show him the whole works. But I want to get to Koh Samui, Phuket, some of those island areas, Phi Phi, Krabi. I want to get to those areas that I haven't been to yet. So I want to check those out. So those are on my bucket list. How many trips to Southeast Asia do you think you should make before you make the move to live there full time? Well, I would probably, that's a tough question to answer because you kind of have to have an idea of where you want to live in Southeast Asia, because Southeast Asia is huge. So are you talking about one particular country, or a couple of cities within a country, or a couple of countries? Because you probably have to make, so just my history. I traveled to the Philippines several times from 2015 on. I traveled to Thailand for 3 years, a couple of times a year. Traveled to Vietnam a couple of times a year. And then I kind of narrowed down. It's like, well, I really like this part of the Philippines. I really like this part of Thailand. I really like this part of Vietnam. And so I would travel to those areas and just kind of spend as much time as I could there. Now, I don't know what your situation is, how much time you have to spend over here, but as much time as possible, I would spend in different areas, because then you can get a better idea, a better feel of if it's right for you. So I don't know if that answers your question, John. You just kind of have to, and to be honest with you, I watched a couple of YouTubers and got an idea as far as cities that I thought would be a good fit for me, and I checked those out. Thailand has all the small Buddha offerings things all over Thailand. Thailand has all the small Buddha offering thing all over Thailand, where they have the incense, a bowl of rice, and Fanta drinks. Yeah, I thought that's interesting. The Fanta drinks they said on the as like a gift to Buddha. Spirit House, maybe. Yeah. I thought that was interesting. How about Koh Samui and Phuket? Yeah, I'm definitely going to check those places out. Koh Samui, I heard, is beautiful. Um, Phuket, I heard, is kind of getting a little out of control, a little overrun. All right, we're caught up with chat. So let's get back to my list. I've got 5 places left to rank. And if you're just coming in, I've got, yeah, and the colors are inverted. I don't know how I can fix that. But anyway, so you got next level, which is top drawer, the best of the best. I would definitely recommend. Then you got bucket list, which would be just underneath that top drawer of places that I would recommend you put that on your bucket list if you haven't been there. Take it or leave it are like, yeah, they're okay to visit. You may or may not like it, and then wouldn't recommend. Those are just cities that you may be okay going there, but personally, I wouldn't bother. And then the dumpster fires. So I've got right now I've got Tokyo and Singapore on my next level. As far as bucket list, I've got Hua Hin, I've got Ho Chi Minh City / Saigon, I've got Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I've got Pattaya, Thailand. So those are my bucket lists. My take it or leave it's are Ilo City, Bacolod, and Tagaytay. My wouldn't recommend would be Cebu, and then my dumpster fire is Manila. So that's my list right now. So let's go to the next one. Let's do Da Nang, Vietnam. Da Nang is awesome. The beach is the best beach I've ever seen in person. It's beautiful. It's long. It's gorgeous. Da Nang's got everything. It's cheap to live there, cheap to stay there. The food is fantastic. You've got a great choice of Vietnamese food, but you've also got great choices of Western food and Asian food. So you've got all of that. You've got the beach area. You've got the river area where you've got beautiful, great restaurants. You got a beautiful walkway. You could walk up and down the river. Same with the beach. You've got this beautiful boardwalk up and down the beach. So you've got all that. The people are friendly. You've got some really good areas where they speak English well enough to get by. The only drawback with Da Nang is it's a little bit of a mess because they're doing a lot of construction. So almost every street has at least one building that's either being torn down or built back up. And you've got kind of a mess on the sidewalks too. So some of the sidewalks are dirty. They've got dirt on them or concrete, probably because of the construction. So you've got some of that issue. It's easy to get around. You've got Grab. You can take a Grab or a taxi, and it's pretty cheap to get around. So the only drawback with Da Nang is it's kind of dirty in areas. But if you can get by that, everything else is good. So I would definitely, if you haven't been there, put it on your bucket list because it's one of those cities that you're going to love. Now they do have seasons there. So the winter, November, December, January, can be a little bit of a difference to what you might be used to in Southeast Asia. It gets cold. And when I say cold, I'm talking 60s at night. It rains a lot and it can be very breezy, very windy. So with the cold and the breeze and the rain, I actually got sick. I got bronchitis when I was there. So it can be a little bit of a difference, kind of a culture shock if you're used to the heat and humidity in Southeast Asia. All right, what we got left? We got okay. Let's do Dumaguete. Dumaguete, for some reason, it got named the best place to retire in Southeast Asia, and that was like maybe 10, 15 years ago. I don't know how it managed to get that ranking. I've been there on many occasions, and I just don't see what's so great about Dumaguete. It's dirty. There's nothing there. There's no real mall there. There's no great choices for food. It's expensive considering it's such a small place. It's on the ocean, but there's no beach. The boardwalk is okay, but you're overrun with beggars on the boardwalk. That's the problem with Dumaguete is you got a lot of beggars there. Um, and you know the majority of the expats that live there are just kind of bitter. They're almost like you see them and every day they're just out and they do the same thing and it looks like they're just waiting. Looks like they've lost their soul and they're just waiting to die. So I just don't see any redeemable qualities with Dumaguete. So I'm going to put that in the dumpster fire list um, along with Manila. All right. How about Bangkok? We'll do, well, let's do BGC Makati first. So I lump BGC and Makati together because they're kind of like right next to each other. BGC is such a small little area. Now I lived in BGC for 3 years, almost 3 years. I loved it. BGC is great because it's very walkable. It's very clean. It's very safe. It's expensive compared to the rest of the Philippines. So is Makati. Makati's great. There's some really great areas in Makati. Um, but outside of those great areas, you get into the real Philippines or the real Metro Manila. So it can be kind of run down, but they've got a great business area. The green belt area in Makati is amazing. So all those malls right around there from Ayala, right next to that is Glorieta malls, and then you've got Greenbelt, and that whole area is nice. If you want adult entertainment, it's not really Makati. Um, it's actually oh shoot, what is it? Somebody help me in chat. Oh, Poblacion is Poblacion, which is like kind of right between Makati and Taguig or BGC. But it's an adult area. That's where P. Burgos Street is, which is the infamous walking street, which is average at best. When the guy in chat asked, "Are there any 8s or 9s in freelancers in Bangkok?" and I said, "Oh yeah, there's plenty. Not so much in Poblacion, not so much on P. Burgos Street. They're not great. They're more like 5s and 6s, and a lot of lady boys." But you can find it. You go into the bars and you can find some nice looking Filipinas that work at the bars that will bar find you and that. So you've got that going for you. So as far as BGC and Makati, I'm going to put that on the bucket list because for me, BGC just was really good. And the only downside with BGC is it's a small little bubble. And to get out of there, it is kind of a pain in the ass to get around outside of BGC. So, but I would put that on your bucket list. If you haven't been there, check it out. And during Christmas time, if you like Christmas, you're going to love BGC because it's really neat how they do that. Okay, let's see. Let's do Angeles City. Angeles City is the adult city in the Philippines where you've got that walking street. I'll be honest with you guys. I've only been there once, but that's all I needed. I stayed there for 3 nights, and that's all I needed to know that it was a shit show. It was just not good at all. I didn't like the walking street was dirty. The bars were dirty. They're overrun by Koreans. So they're all owned by Koreans. If you're ever thinking it's like, oh, I'll go to one of these bars in Angeles City, go in and find a beautiful Filipina to bar find. If you get there too late, you're out of luck because the Koreans will pull up in a van, go in and pick 8 or 10 of them, load them all in the van and take off because they pay top price. There's a running joke in Angeles City about Koreans at as far as the adult entertainment. They call them 333. They pay 3,000 pesos, which is top dollar. They're 3 inches and they're 3 minutes. So 333. That's the running joke. So I'm going to put Angeles City in the dumpster fire um, for those reasons. And then finally, Bangkok. I got to, I'm going to put it up here as next level. There's so much energy, so much to do in Bangkok, the city that never sleeps. Um, you've got everything there. You've got the culture, you've got the food, both Thai and international. You've got great live music all over the city. You've got infrastructure that's top notch. So the condos that you live in are amazing. The hotels are amazing. You've got great street food. You've got great rooftop bars. You can go from eating for 35 baht for a meal all the way up as high as you want to spend. And it's got everything in between. It's got great sports entertainment, sports venues, two Muay Thai boxing arenas. You've got a football arena or a soccer arena. You've got all these things all in this city that's easy to get around with the BTS and the MRTs and even the boat taxis, the river taxis. Try that out too. So it's definitely next level, guys. So there's my list. Let me know what you think. And let's get back to the chat here. Are you going to Chiang Mai or for Loy Krathong? No, I'll be here. I'll be here for Loy Krathong. I'll probably go to Lumpini Park. The last time I was here for Loy Krathong, it was at I went to Lumpini Park. A girl showed me around, and we did the whole float, lit the candles and the flowers on the float, and sent it out in the water. And she did her little prayer and did that. And poof. And I asked her, what's this mean? She goes, I'm releasing all my negative energy and bad vibes, bad karma. So yeah, so it's kind of neat. So no, I will not be at Chiang Mai for that, but I will be here. Let's see. Let's get out of this. Go back full screen. If you're going to Chiang Mai to meet YouTubers, Brett Dev has some great insight. Randy with Retired Global Life is good too. Okay. I'm not familiar with those guys, but there's a Thai guy that does YouTube and he lives in Chiang Mai and I want to see him. I want to try to do a collab with him. And I love his channel. He's got a smaller channel. He's only got like 10 or 11,000 subscribers. But his content is really, really good. So I definitely want to try to hook up with him. I want to try to get more Thai locals involved in my channel if possible. So yeah. Loy Krathong may be somewhat subdued due to the death of the Queen Mother the other day. I doubt it. I think it'll be maybe even bigger. I mean, I think it'll be just as big. From looking at your list, you might want to check out Malaysia and Indonesia. Yeah, I haven't been to either of those places. So I definitely will check those places out, but probably not this coming year because of my school. Like it's a little harder for me to leave the country now that I'm on an education visa. I can do it. I just have to pay a reentry fee every time I leave. And if I don't do that, then I lose my education visa. And sometimes they don't give it back to you. You have to reapply. So, and I don't think it's that much, maybe 1,000 baht for a reentry fee. But I just don't want to deal with the hassle if I don't have to. Philippines is the best for long-term stay and communication because they speak English. The trade-off is overall it's less developed and more expensive. Well, yes and no. The big misnomer, the big misconception is that, oh, the Philippines speaks English. Nah, not so fast, my friend. They don't always speak English. And even the ones that do speak English, sometimes it's not good English. And so they don't speak it well enough for you to understand. If you're in the metro areas, if you're in the high populated areas, yes, you can find a lot of people that speak English pretty well. But if you get out in the smaller provinces, not so much. And even in Manila, if you get into a taxi in Manila, sorry, chances are the taxi driver doesn't speak any English. So you're going to have that issue. So yeah, Angeles City is poor man's Pattaya. I wouldn't even go that far. Angeles City doesn't have a beach. I would say Angeles City is like the outhouse in Pattaya. What are we talking about? I was just ranking cities I've been to. So sorry, pun intended. You missed out, but I will. This will post later, and I'll probably do a separate video on my tier listing too. I figured Dumageddon was overrated, but I didn't think would be that bad. I'm sure I'll check it out someday, but I guess no rush. I wouldn't bother. But yeah, to each his own. Can't read them. Yeah, if you're not watching it on a TV or a laptop, you're probably not going to be able to see that very well. Sorry, I apologize for that. Are there any YouTube channels you like to follow? Well, I watch. Let me see. Hang on a second. I will tell you what I follow. I subscribe to a lot, but I don't watch a lot anymore. I used to quite a bit, but I just don't really. So running through my list, I watch Geo. If we're talking YouTubers in Southeast Asia, Geo's probably one I watch on a regular basis. Once in a while, Adam Parker. He's a guy that lives in Thailand. He's Canadian. Let's see, probably Cal, C-A-L, Cal. He's also a Canadian, lives here in Bangkok. He's got a good channel. Let's see, Nick Nimmin and D Nimmin are YouTubers that talk about how to grow your YouTube channel. They live in Chiang Mai. Eager Expat Joe, I watch his channel on occasion. He lives here in Bangkok. He's from the U.S. Earn Lucky Girl, I watch her channel. She's Thai. Let's see, Evan A. He's a Canadian from. I watch a lot of Canadians. I don't know why. He lives in Da Nang, Vietnam. Forrest Lee, once in a while I watch him, but he hasn't posted much for a while, or at least I'm not getting notifications. But he's here in Bangkok. Let's see. That's really get through this a little quicker for you guys. Keys One, I think his name is Adam. He's either British or Australian. I think he might be British. Anyway, he has a good channel here. And Life with Surge, I watch him once in a while, not very often. Live Love Thailand, he's kind of a goofy guy, little tiny dude, but I'll watch his channel once in a while. Sometimes it's hard to understand what he's saying. He's got that accent, foreign accent. My Abundant Life, Family Life. She's from Canada also, her and her husband, but they're Asian, but they live in Da Nang. So I follow them. I'm friends with them. That's really, maybe that's it. I don't watch many Philippine channels anymore. Just never really, after I moved, I just didn't really have much of a reason to follow what's going on in the Philippines so much. I do watch Tyrish Times. He's an Irish dude that does stories. What's your story? And then Thailand Bound, I don't really watch his channel, but he does like bar girl stories. He'll relate bar girl stories to you. So it's kind of fun to watch his channel once in a while. That's really about it. Yeah, that's my list. But it's not on a regular basis. I don't really watch them on a regular basis. It's like just once in a while if their video comes up and it looks interesting. Probably the same they do with me, or anybody else. So I was also thinking of checking out Angeles, but I think I'll just stick to Pattaya. Not worth the hassle of the flights and going through immigration and everything to go to Angeles, I think. Yeah, you would be, I think you would be very disappointed in Angeles City. I'm in agreement on your list, but if Philippines home base, Sawa, home, etc., is idea ideal and half the cost. Yeah, if you've got a Filipina girlfriend, yeah, I definitely would look into staying there. But yeah, since I don't, that's why I'm here. Can you place the 3 counties or countries on your list like you did the cities? 3 countries? 3 countries? So I've only been to Singapore, I've been to Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, Japan, and Taiwan briefly. So those 7, were those 7, 6 or 7 countries. I would put Japan, followed by Thailand, followed by Vietnam, Singapore, Taiwan, Philippines. Is that right? Is that all of them? And I can't really tell you much about Taiwan. I was never there that long, just a couple of days on layover. So I didn't really get to see much. But yeah, that's probably what I do. Japan is just, and Thailand. Singapore is good, but it's small and it's very expensive. So, do you ever plan to travel to Phnom Penh, Cambodia? Yeah, I was actually going to go this year. And then the skirmishes started up between Thailand and Cambodia. And so I decided to kind of not go that route for now. Now I'm with my education visa. I'm just going to stick around and travel around Thailand. But at some point, maybe sometime at the end of a year from now or a little over a year from now, I'm going to go make that trip to Phnom Penh and to Siem Reap and that sort of place. Those places. Vagabond Travel, Dan from Vagabond Awake has a good channel. Yeah, he ghosted me. We were going to do a collaboration when I was in Da Nang. To be honest with you, he said, "Oh, email me because I always answer my emails." So I emailed him and he never answered. So I don't watch his channel. I unsubscribed from him. Eager Expat is such a great channel. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I like Joe. He and I go out and have a beer every once in a while. Will you be traveling to Africa like Geo? I'm really tempted and really enthralled about the thought of that. It was never ever on my bucket list. It was never ever in my sights to even think about going to Africa. But when Geo went this past year to Kenya, and now he's going to go back. It's like, man, I might want to do that too. So I won't be going this coming year, 2026. It'll be 2027 if I go, but it's creeping up on my list of places to go for sure. Yeah. Not that I'm into safaris or anything like that. It's for other reasons. So just the rumors I hear. What's your personal opinion why the Philippines tourism is just mediocre? It has great beaches and an island vibe, cheaper than Hawaii, with a connection to the US and English is spoken. I just think they don't bother on the upkeep. Everything's run down. The infrastructure's bad. It's hard to get around there. They don't take care of the beaches. Most of them are dirty. They throw crap in the water. It's just they just don't take any pride in keeping their beaches clean and beautiful like a lot of these other countries in Southeast Asia do. And until they start doing that, I just don't think it's ever going to amount to much as far as tourism. That's my personal opinion. Was Japan expensive? It was. I haven't been there since COVID. I was there in March of 2020. I just broke up with my Filipina girlfriend, and I was in Mahaplag, Leyte. That's where she's from, and we broke up on my birthday. It was March 1st. Broke up on my birthday, and got a trike back to the highway, and then took a bus to where was it? Oh, drawing a blank. Anyway, took a bus to the city, Tacloban. Took a bus to Tacloban, and then took a flight back to Manila. I wasn't supposed to be leaving until the 5th, I think, and I had a layover in Tokyo. So I stayed, or it was the 7th, maybe. I was leaving on the 7th. I was staying a week with my girlfriend, ex now. Anyway, so I'm in staying in Manila, staying at this little service department in some I don't even know where it was. Anyway, somewhere in Metro Manila, and just bored, and it was hot, and I'm thinking to myself, it's like, you know what? I'll just go to Tokyo early and spend more days there, spend a week there instead of a week in Manila being bored. So booked my flight, got a hotel. I stayed at the I think it was the APO hotel in Roppongi, and I was paying about $40 a night at the time. And this was right at the beginning of COVID. And when I got there, they canceled my flight out because my flight was supposed to go through not Shanghai, but anyway, go through China, and they cancel all flights in and out of China. So I tried to get a same flight. I was there that day. It was like on the 8th or something like that. Going to the airport, flight's canceled. Can I book another flight? Yes. How much? 21,000. I go 21,000 yen, which is really expensive. She goes, no, 21,000 US. It's like, holy crap. So the prices zoomed up. So here I am at the airport on my laptop, called my boss. It was like 11 p.m. at night there, woke him up. I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to get to work Monday. And he goes, I told you not to go. He was joking. He goes, I told you not to go. He goes, I told you this COVID thing is real. It's like, yeah, whatever. So I finally found a flight, but it was like a week later that I could afford. It was like $2,100. And it was basically, I was island hopping all over to finally get home. But I spent another week in Tokyo. It was awesome. And it wasn't very busy because of COVID. And I just loved it. So when I was there, it wasn't that expensive, but I think it is kind of expensive now, even though the yen is not doing well. It's not having a great against the dollar. It's not doing very well. Thailand, Turkey, Greece, Vietnam. That's your list. Thailand number 1, Greece, Turkey, Greece, and Vietnam. I heard Turkey's really nice, but I hear there's some problems going on there too. No, I was asking if you would put Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam on next level bucket list, dumpster fire, etc. As a country in whole, I would put Thailand and Vietnam on. I would put Thailand next level, Vietnam bucket list, Philippines take it or leave it, Japan next level, Singapore next level. Yeah, that's how I'd rank it. And but there's places in the Philippines that I would put next level, obviously, or bucket list. But as a whole, I wouldn't put it on. I wouldn't put it that high. I wouldn't put it next level. What is the name of Gio's channel? Gio on the Go. He's in chat here. So yeah, Gio on the Go. Used to be Gio in the Philippines, and then when he moved to Thailand, he's expanded now. He's come to the realization, like me, it's like I'm Lonely Bull in Asia. I'm not Lonely Bull in the Philippines or Lonely Bull in Thailand. So now he's on the go, so he can travel anywhere and he'll still be good. Are you on any particular food kick in the foodie capital? Um, so I love Thai food, any Thai food, anything that's, ped mak, spicy. I love spicy. So I'm definitely into that. Um, Western food, they got some great Western food here in Bangkok. Yesterday I had a chicken parmesan lunch. I had Cajun food last weekend. Um, I had all you can eat buffet. It was seafood and beef. They have beef, lamb, and pork plus seafood. I had all you can eat buffet at a place called Craft Loft, which is on the sixth floor of the hotel, Loft Hotel on Sukhumvit 13. I believe it's 13. Anyway, it was really, really good. Expensive, but good. So yeah, I just any kind of food. I just love food as long as it tastes good. Lonely Bull is okay to watch out for the sick buffalo, right? That's when they start asking for money. Yeah. All right, we're all caught up with chat. Been going about an hour and a half. So, what other questions do you guys have for me? We can open up um, the forum to open up to questions. We have Geo to thank for all the so and so in the Philippines channels. Well, he was one of the originals. I would say the Dumaguete, if there was a Mount Rushmore for Dumaguete vloggers or expats, um, he would be on that. I would say Paul Old Dog New Tricks, Geo, um, who else? Bud Brown, I think, and then Rike. Those four probably would be on the Mount Rushmore of Dumaguete expat vloggers. Now, if you just did Dumaguete vloggers, you'd have to put Filipina P on that list somewhere, and you have to replace one of the dudes. I don't know who you would replace, but yeah, those guys. Although I watched a couple of Rike's early stuff. Never watched any of Bud Brown. Geo, obviously, I've watched him. Old Dog, I used to watch him a little bit, but that's about it. Best dating scenes in Thailand should be in Bangkok. Yes, absolutely. Just by pure volume, you've got, it's the biggest city in Thailand. So just by volume itself, you've got a lot to choose from. What else is on your mind, guys? We'll go to 11 o'clock as long as we got plenty of people on board. We're at 30. We got 38 on here right now. So as long as my voice holds out. Do you do any one-day trips to Pattaya or Hua Hin? They are only a few hours away and cheap to go for a night or two. Not a one day, but if and when I go, or when I've gone, it's always been at least 2 nights. I'll stay 2 nights at either place. So yeah, I do that on occasion. I don't have any plans in the near future, but I will probably in the next month or so. I'll go to one of these places, one of those places. Do you miss the snowy winter Christmas? Yeah, a little bit. I miss the seasons. I miss this time of year where you've got that cool, crisp air, that October, November weather in the Midwest where, it's like one day it's Indian summer where it's 80 degrees and you got the leaves are falling, but it's 80 degrees out and you got bees around, and it's really kind of neat, clean, crisp air. And then the next day it's 35 and It's cold. I kind of miss that. I don't miss the big snowstorms. I don't miss those things at all. But you know, Christmas Eve with the big flakes falling down, that's kind of cool. I'm kind of nostalgic when it comes to those things. In your Thai language class, are you doing much reading and writing, or is it just conversational? It's both. They teach you everything. Right now, we're learning the consonants, so I'm learning how to pronounce each letter, so to speak. And each letter stands for different things. So, like the first word we learned was gor, Gor, go, and gorgai. Gorgai is guy is chicken, and the sound of the consonant is g g. So but the way you the way you make the letter looks like a head of a bird. So that's the easiest one. But there's others. It's all tonal. So you've got 5 tones. You got the tone that goes up. So your voice has to go up when you say the word, like core. So you got core, or you got core, 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 or you got poom, poom. That's me or poom, which is up and back down, and then you've got down. So you it's so hard. And I tried to order food at this mom and pop restaurant, Thai restaurant outside my condo the other day. I tried to do the whole thing in Thai, thinking, okay, I'm going to practice. And I said everything, and the kid didn't understand what I said. He finally goes, "Oh, you want this?" in English. So yeah, it's not easy, but it's been fun. It's a good class. All the talk of Thailand being over for Western tourists is BS. High season will probably be packed with tourists. Yeah, I'm thinking it will. We're just getting into high season now. In fact, 2 days ago was the first day of um, winter here, and it was funny because it was actually cool. It was nice, comfortable temperatures, and it's been really nice the last couple of days and nights here. It's been nice temps, nice breeze. It's been really neat. Ace Bachelor Tom, hello. JJ, question: do you think the Philippines or Thailand government or any Southeast Asian government watches expat YouTubers' videos to keep tabs on them for, let's say, national security trends or criminal activity? I suppose. I don't know if they overtly watch, but there may be times where Thai local will be watching and they see something they don't like, and they may turn you in, or they may report you. And then at that point, if the government wants to do anything, they can watch. When I first started my YouTube channel, one of the first subscribers I got in the Philippines was um, the big TV network. So I thought that's odd. So, but they followed me. So I guess maybe for that reason, to make sure I wasn't saying anything bad about the Philippines. Hey Flynn, when are you going to explore Cambodia? Probably not for another year. As long as I'm doing my education visa, I probably will just stay in Thailand. How long do you plan to live in Thailand? I have no plan to leave. When my education visa is done, I will apply for the retirement visa at that point. So I have no plans on leaving, at least foreseeable. I've been to Thailand 12 times, but I've never been to Hua Hin. So I'm going there on my next trip finally. Good. Awesome. Um, so I don't know how to say this as far as Hua Hin. Um, if you go there thinking it's going to be like Pattaya, you're going to be disappointed, or maybe not disappointed if you don't like Pattaya. It's a completely different vibe. It's an older group, it's an older crowd of people. Um, there's not a lot of dating options there. I mean, you can, uh, but they're probably going to be older. The adult scene is not as prevalent as it is in Pattaya or even some areas in Bangkok, but it's there. So, but you've got a neat beach, and you've got places. I would recommend going to the Standard. Now you don't have to stay there. It's kind of a resort area, and it's expensive to stay there, but you don't have to stay there. You just walk down to the beach in the Standard, and they've got an outdoor pool, outdoor bar, and it's right on the beach. And they got it on weekends. They have a live DJ, so it's kind of a really neat, laid back vibe. You can have happy hour, and it's not that expensive, and just enjoy the scenery, enjoy the vibe, enjoy the music. That would be. I would recommend going to the Standard. Is Laos on your radar? Not really. I mean, I might check it out maybe next year sometime, but it's not really on my radar. I wouldn't even know where to go in Laos. I don't know that much about it. I dated a girl from Laos. I dated a Lao girl the first time I came to Thailand. So, and she was beautiful. She was cute as a button. Um, so Lao girls are pretty awesome. Sometimes restaurant staff don't understand Thai because they aren't Thai. Yeah, well, yeah, I get that. I'm talking about the Thai family that has the Thai restaurant. They're Thai, trust me, I know. Um, but yeah, you're right. There are restaurants and bars that staff girls from Myanmar or even guys from Myanmar. From used to be a lot of Cambodians, but they all moved out when this conflict started. From Myanmar, even Philippines. There's a bar that I go to that has almost a full Filipino staff. So yeah. Did you say any paid tour? Do you do any paid tours or activities in Bangkok or Thailand? No, I don't really do the paid stuff. I like to travel on my own. That way, I'm on my own time, my own time frame. I can come and go as I want. I don't have to wait for somebody. I don't have to ride a bus. I don't have to do any of that stuff. I just do it on my own time. That's kind of how I am. I just kind of explore on my own. Do you watch Irish YouTuber Alpha Omega? He is hilarious. No, I've never heard of him. He's is he in Thailand? Does he do Thai content, or what does he do? Do you have that crazy daylight savings time in Thailand? No, I don't. No, that's only crazy in the US. Which reminds me, next Sunday, I think, is it next Sunday is daylight savings time? Or no, it's the weekend after that. Sorry about that. Daylight savings. Okay. When is daylight savings? Does anybody know when daylight savings? It's sometime in November, right? When is daylight savings? Come on. Come on, Chat GPT. When is daylight savings, guys? Because I'm not getting any answers on here. Oh, first Sunday in November. Okay, so that is, yeah, that's next Sunday, the 2nd. So spring forward, fall back. So clocks go back. So 9, let's see. So it's 10 p.m. right now. When I start my live stream next Sunday, it's 10 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be 9 p.m. So it'll be the same. It'll be 9 a.m. here Sunday. It'll be 9 p.m. Saturday night Eastern time next week. So I'll be on an hour earlier with you guys. In Hua Hin, you can see lots of wild monkeys. Yeah, Monkey Mountain. I saw one by the red light area, walk towards the hills away from the ocean, and there were a bunch of monkeys. Yeah, there's a Monkey Mountain there, right there on the ocean, right there on the beach. How's your education going? It's going well. I've got homework I need to do. We didn't have class Friday, and we don't have class Tuesday, and so he handed out homework assignments. So I've got to structure some sentences in Thai, and I'll have to hand them in by Wednesday. So yeah, but it's going well. Yes, he's based in Bangkok. Channel is called Alpha Omega Occasionally. Okay, I'll have to check him out. Yeah, I've never heard of him. So is it a big channel? Interesting to know that. Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Alpha Omega Occasionally. Oh, I've seen this guy before. Okay. I've watched a couple of his videos. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. We'll share. I don't mind sharing. There, that's his channel. Alpha Omega Occasionally. He's got like 12,000 subscribers, so he's doing pretty well. Anyway, but no, I have not. I've watched him a couple of times, but I'll have to check him out. Maybe subscribe to him. Can you say a sentence in Thai for us? Let's see. Let's see. Put me on the spot here. I'm trying to think what to say. That's like recommending sick grandpa. Maybe I should do a tier list of vloggers. I wonder would sick grandpa be in the dumpster fire tier? Okay, back to speaking Thai. Let's see. Pom Gien Tom Yong Gai Pom Gien Pom Gien Tom Yong Gai. That means I eat Tom Yong chicken. That's pretty basic. Pom Nong. Let's see. Pom Nong BTS Rongryan. That means I ride the BTS to school. I know. Aren't you amazed? Oh gosh. I could say Pom Yang. Let's see, Pom Gin Yang, or no, Pom Yang Gin Tiger. Pom Yang Gin would be I want to eat. Pom Yang Gin Pad Krapao. Pom Yang Gin Pad Krapao Grub would be I want Pad Krapao. I want to eat Pad Krapao. And then Krap is like the polite thing to say at the end of a sentence. So there you go, guys. I'm fluent, right? Not even close, but it's fun. It's been a lot of fun, and hopefully things will come. It's slow. It's a slow process learning things. It's a lot of memorization. My book's over there. I'd show you, but I don't want to get up. Okay, guys. About 10 more minutes. We'll go. Anything else on your mind? Let me know. We'll go until the top of the hour. I think we had a pretty good crew today. Pretty good group. It was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. What else is on your mind? Always willing to answer any questions you guys have. We can check out the college football scores. Let me check that out real quick. Let's see. Houston beat Arizona State. Wow. Tennessee won. Kentucky sucks. They're horrible. Louisville won. All right. Michigan won. Texas A&M beat LSU. Oh, LSU's in trouble. That's their third loss, I think. Oregon won, but not a lot, by a lot. Interesting. Let's see. What else? Georgia Tech won big. Oklahoma lost to Ole Miss. Oh, no. There you go. Virginia beat UNC. Memphis, I picked that Memphis. I knew Memphis is going to win, or I had a feeling. Indiana just blew away UCLA. Alabama won barely. They're not a top 4 team. They're a pretender. BYU won. Oh, Washington beat Illinois. That's interesting. Cincinnati, that's the only loss Cincinnati has is against Nebraska, the first game of the year. They're like 6-1 or 7-1 now. They're going to win I think they might win the Big 12. Vanderbilt beat Missouri. Wow. Vanderbilt's having a good year. Texas Tech won big. Texas won barely over. Oh, that was overtime too. They barely beat Mississippi State. They're pretenders. Texas is. Miami won big. Oregon won. Okay. All right. All caught up, guys. Let's see. You will eventually be able to chat with local ties. Yeah, I mean, we haven't learned to read yet. We're just learning the letters or the consonants now, so we haven't learned to read. You need to learn. Yeah, I don't know what that is. This last symbol here, that's gore. That's the chicken gore. That is too. What else? I don't think we learned any of these others yet. This is, I think that's Sorsan, maybe. That's Sornahan, soldier, maybe. I can't remember. I'm still learning, guys. I've been in school for 4 weeks now, and soon you'll be able to standard what Thai people are saying about. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I won't tell them I know what they're saying. That'll be my little secret. Did you say you're moving to a new apartment soon in BKK? Dodgers won game 2. All right, cool. Yeah, next Tuesday, week from Tuesday, the 4th, I'm moving to the Prompong area. So I'm excited about that. And I'll once I get all moved in, I'll give you guys a tour, do a video of that. I don't understand dating. Gio said that dating is transactional, but I didn't understand what he meant. If I found a Thai girlfriend, What would she expect other than me paying for dates? Nothing really. I mean, I think what Geo means when he says transactionally, I think he's saying a lot. I mean, there are some of the younger girls, if you're looking at an age gap dating, you're an older expat and you want to date a young girl, a lot of that is going to be transactional. But the difference with dating here in Thailand as in the Philippines is that most Thai women, um, the Philippines is a lot poorer country, and it's not their fault. Um, it's not the people's fault. The Thai women, most of them are educated, college educated, have career jobs, especially in the Bangkok area. So they work, and so they're not asking for money. They're not going to ask you for money. So it's not transactional. Transactional is they want you to take care of them financially in exchange for their taking care of you physically, so to speak. Um, but you can find a girlfriend, a Thai girlfriend, and yeah, if you want to take her out on dates um, and pay for the dates, that's fine. That's not an issue. So yeah, you're not going to have a problem with that, I don't think. Also, listening and singing along with Thai music could help you learn the language. I'll tell you what, the the thing that helped me more than anything, learning how to pronounce the words, is being on the BTS and the MRT and listening to the announcements as far as the stations that they're stopping at, because then you can look at the word, listen to how it's pronounced, and then understand that, okay, so I can extrapolate that to other words, like if they're spelled the same or they have the same spelling, like ph is not pho like you would think in the US or in the West or even in Vietnam. They pronounce the ph as an f. They don't do that here. The h is silent, so it's the p. So phrom is prom, not from. So like prom pong. So you understand by hearing them say that on the BTS when they go to that prom pong BTS station, they say prom pong, and you can look at the word and say, oh, okay, that's how you pronounce it. So that's been the best thing for me to understand how to pronounce different Thai words is just riding the train. Learning the language is definitely takes time and repetition, but you will get there if you stick with it. It really makes a big difference in what you can do and who you can interact with. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning a little more so I can actually talk to locals, interact with locals, become friends with locals. I love you a lot. We love you long time. Eager Expat said his girlfriend expects nice things like travel and an iPhone or similar for Christmas. Really? He says that? Huh, I didn't know that. That to me, that's not a girlfriend. That's a pay for play. But I've never heard him say that, so I don't know if that's true or not. Sorry, it's prom raccoon makbak. I love you so much. Pom I raccoon makbak. Yeah, makbak is many many or much much. Like when I order Thai food, I like spicy. I like pedmak. Or if you like to thank somebody, you would say, um, um, Kapkun Krab or Kapkun Mak Krab very much. Thank you very much. But yeah, Pom Rak. All right, guys. 2 more minutes. We'll go 2 more minutes. If you got anything else on your mind, get it said quick. And then we'll call it a night or call it a morning. I need to figure out something to eat. I had actually went to so here's the deal with what's going on in Thailand. The Queen Mother passed away this week. The Queen Mother is the king's. Actually, it was the Queen's mom, I think, or it was the. I think it was actually the King Rama IX, his wife. I think that's who it was. Anyway, she passed. So the whole country is in mourning. So the prime minister said, "We're in mourning for the next 90 days. Please refrain from any live music if you possibly can. If you can't, then tone it down." So Blackpink was playing here this weekend. Their concerts went on as usual. Um, I had a friend that said, "Oh, there's not going to be any music in any bars," but that wasn't true. There's music at bars, um, but it's indoors. Outdoors, you're not going to hear any music really. So they're kind of in mourning. So I went to a bar last night. No music was playing. Um, Went to actually it was O'Shea's Irish pub on 33-1 in Prompong. But I ate dinner there, and I got some Thai food. It was really, really good, really spicy. And then I also got some quesadillas. So I took the quesadillas home. So that's what I'm having for lunch today. I have leftover quesadillas. So, um, you going PJs? Am I going to PJs today? I haven't thought about it. I could. I mean, I ate there yesterday after golf. I ate there yesterday. That's a good place. They're owned by the same people who own O'Shea's. So it's basically the same menu, but it's good and cute waitresses, so you can't go wrong. So anyway, so guys, I gotta finish editing a video, and I'll post that in the members only. So if you're a member, you're going to get that today at some point, and if you're not a member, you'll get it in a couple of days later. But if you want to be a member, it's only 99 cents a month to join, and you get you get the videos I post early before anybody else does. So anyway, think about that. Thanks for coming on today. I appreciate you. Um, and I will see you again next Sunday, which will be daylight savings. So 9 p.m. Saturday night on the East Coast in the U.S. And until then, as always, live life, my friend, and we will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.